you're going and sailing around Grenada, you may want to be a little careful. Family went missing. Couple actually went missing. And allegedly were killed while sailing around there. I don't know much about Grenada other than I think I remember hearing about it being like war-torn at some point in time. Apparently not anymore. There's like a sandals there. But again, maybe one of those where you don't go off the beaten path of your respective resort. I have no idea what happened here, but a lot of anguish and uncertainty weighing heavily on the family of Kathy Brandel and Ralph Hendry, the American couple who vanished while sailing the waters of Grenada. The couple's peaceful voyage turned into a nightmare on February 18th when they mysteriously disappeared, leaving behind a vessel that bore signs of a violent struggle. The Royal Grenada Police Force swiftly connected their disappearance to the escape of 3 prisoners from a nearby holding cell, casting a very sinister shadow over the tranquil island. Brandel's son, Nick Buro, painted a grim picture of the scene aboard their boat, revealing that it was ransacked with belongings scattered, indicating a tumultuous altercation. He emphasized his parents' meticulous attention to safety, making the circumstances surrounding their disappearance all the more perplexing and distressing. We're doing our best to try to get answers to find out what is next in terms of hopefully finding them safely recovered somewhere on the islands, Buro stated, echoing the family's relentless pursuit of truth amidst the uncertainty that shrouds their loved ones' whereabouts. The couple's journey was emblematic of their adventurous spirit, having sold their home years ago to embark on a globe-trotting odyssey aboard their beloved boat. However, their maiden voyage to the Caribbean, a long-anticipated dream, turned into a nightmare that defies comprehension. A dramatic turn of events. Authorities in St. Vincent have apprehended 3 suspects, Trevon Robertson, Albita Stansolis, and sailor Ron Mitchell, suspected of involvement in the couple's disappearance. Police suspect the trio may have utilized a yacht to flee to St. Vincent, raising the grim conjecture about the fate of Brandel and Hendry. Recent developments have deepened the family's anguish as a source close to the investigation told People magazine that 2 suspects have confessed to the heinous act of killing the missing couple. Meanwhile, the 3rd suspect lies in a hospital bed, nursing a gunshot wound sustained during their apprehension. It's continuing to unfold, but obviously not the way anyone really wants to have it unfold, where they're admitting guilt. And being a foreign country, is it going to be a punishment very similar to that of Joran Vandersloot? Where it's like, 20 years and you can play online poker in your cell, get married, have a little sex. That's what he gets to do.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I did a little research on the 3 escaped prisoners that they apprehended. One of them has also been charged with 1 count of rape, 3 counts of attempted rape, and 2 counts of indecent assault and causing harm in their past. And those 3 guys are age 19, 25, and 30. So they're just young, and that's what they do for a living. So I can only imagine, the last few moments that this couple had on this earth. Not good, I'm imagining.
I can't imagine so. God, it just seems I mean, I don't know. I looked at the tourism site for the Grenada, and I'm like, it looks like a beautiful place to go. I don't know. I know like the incidents like this are few and far between in a lot of these areas, but it just seems like all that stands between you and a crazy, violent third world are the walls of a resort in many cases. And I don't know. I don't feel all that safe with the walls of the resort being what's going to keep anyone at bay.
No, and
anymore.
Things of this nature can happen anywhere. But before you and I started recording, I mentioned that I've been to Mexico like 3 times now, and this didn't happen in Mexico. But I've kind of thought to myself, I don't think I'm going to go back. It was a lovely country, beautiful. Saw some amazing things, lots of nature, lots animals. I swam with dolphins, which I'll probably never ever do again. Now that I know a little bit more about what their lives are like in captivity. That's another story. But I just, there were times on these tours where I felt like my safety was not of the utmost importance. And like all my red flags were up. Like something isn't right here. You know how you just have that gut feeling?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we were just way too close to having something happen. I know that sounds paranoid, but something just didn't feel right. Like when you're at Disney World, things feel right.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact opposite. Like, wait a minute, who are all these people and why are they all looking at us? And I mean, just weirdness, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sketchy.
I think there's a lot of targets being targeted right now that is just, I don't really have any desire to, I don't know, to explore a lot of the world at this moment in time. I don't know. But no, just horrible story. And I don't know. I don't know that I've ever heard anyone who's ever done the, hey, we're going to go live on a boat life where it ends well.
I do.
Where it ends well?
No.
Precisely. That was my point. I know people who've done it, who've attempted it, and I don't know anyone who's just ever gotten out of that situation unscathed. I mean, also just whether it's destroying relationships or lives or messing up people or I mean, it's just like, holy shit. I mean, I guess it sounds lovely on the surface. Why would you want to be on a boat for that long? Honestly, it's like, it's neat. It's like going on a vacation for a little bit. You want to, and then come back to normal life. Cause that's not normal life. That's, I don't know. There's just a lot of too many dangers out there. I've seen it. I have, I know a friend who had done it for a while, and it's just like, oh my God, the way that the children were messed up from that, and many other things, just it's like, holy shit.
Oof. Well, I think it would be a lot of work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you have like running water? I mean, granted, I understand you're in the water, but how do you have a shower? How do you clean your dishes? How do you get all these things? Like, maybe I just don't understand it, but to me, it seems like an awful lot of work. Like traveling the world in an RV, you got to constantly empty that, that thing out.
I guess to each your own. If that's, I mean, I love being on the water. I love being out on boats and all that, but yeah, I just couldn't imagine that being, the life and just sailing it. I don't know. But yeah, obviously it didn't work out very well here. Horrible story. Another cautionary tale.
Want to listen ad-free? Want advanced access to all of our interviews before anyone else?
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
You get every episode commercial-free.
So you can binge on True Crime
until you can binge no more.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts now, or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast next.